Your 10 at 10 is back with story number 4, looking for love and winding up broke. Americans lost a staggering $1.3 billion to romance scams last year, and one Orange County woman lost millions. On Your Side's Christine Lazard joins us now with her story. This is really tough to hear. And this was no dummy. This was a smart woman.
No, this is a very smart woman. And I know a lot of people are sitting there saying, oh, I'd never do that. But look, when you're in love or you're in love with the idea of being in love, we often ignore the red flags because we just want to make it work, right?
Yes.
And in this case, you know, she let her guard down and she ignored some red flags that she sees now because she was in love. Now, the Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, reports that nearly 80%, or there has been a nearly 80% increase in romance scams since 2020. It's actually one of the most common and costly scams targeting Americans right now. More than 300 million people turned to the internet to find their perfect match last year. This woman from Orange County was one of them. She asked us not to reveal her identity for privacy reasons. How did he woo you?
Just trying to get to know me.
Last summer, she met a man who claimed to live in New York and run a successful furniture company. In his online bio, the man, who called himself Alan Bassam, said he is mature, stable, and gentlemanly. The two met on this dating website called Luxy. It bills itself as a place to meet rich, successful, and attractive millionaires in an upscale community. On its website, Luxy claims to verify income by having all users send a photo ID and a tax return. That appealed to her because she is a successful businesswoman.
It was more supposed to be geared towards higher wealth value people and more educated people.
Almost immediately, she says her new online beau asked her to move to WhatsApp to communicate. There, the online romance escalated quickly.
You know, he's just like, this is what we want to do. We want to buy a house there. We want to get married here. We want to do this here.
Within weeks, they called each other husband and wife. There was even talk about children. A princess first, then their prince. He laid it on thick, saying romantic things like, I feel so honored that I will spend my life loving you, protecting you, caring for you, taking care of you, and making you happy and joyful every day. They also talked business, and early on, he casually asked her if she'd ever invested in Bitcoin, boasting, I have done very well for myself and have a master's in finance. He assured her that he has been investing in the Bitcoin space for years.
He was very good at, asking me questions and making me feel comfortable.
Within days, he had convinced her to wire thousands to legitimate crypto sites. Then he told her she could make even more money on another platform. She says it seemed like she was making money hand over fist.
It just would double and triple and quadruple and bigger and bigger and bigger amounts, and then I just invested more and more. It's just like, I can only, equate it to gambling.
But private investigator Al Restuccia says the new platform was a scam site. Her online lover was just pocketing her money.
Once she left Gemini, once she left Bitcoin, once she left the so-called legitimate cryptocurrency platforms, that was it. Everything else was just a fraud. Everything else was just somebody's imagination, if you will.
In all, she wired him $2.3 million over a 5-month period. And where is that money now?
Gone.
And so is the man she thought would be her life partner. As soon as she started asking him about her life savings, he stopped responding.
I lost it all.
I know you're emotional. Can you describe how you feel?
Stupid.
There were red flags. Bassam would never video chat with her, and he always had excuses why he couldn't meet in person. He only wanted to communicate by WhatsApp. And a quick reverse image search of the photos he sent show a model from Bulgaria, not a furniture company CEO in New York.
I think she was vulnerable. She wanted to find someone that she could have a relationship with, and she thought this person was it.
Now, I did reach out multiple times to the email address listed on Luxie's website for media inquiries, but I still have not heard back. The site does have warnings about fraud, and it warns its users to beware of requests for money. And look, she's not going to get that money back, right? The only reason she's speaking out is to help other women and men from falling for the same thing she did. And again, I say, before you say it wouldn't happen to me, look, it's one of the most popular scams in the U.S., and it's not gaining popularity because people aren't falling for it. They are, and they're losing a lot of money.
Yeah, it is tough, but I appreciate that she is sharing her story, because I know that couldn't be easy either.
No, and it's embarrassing, but she not only lost her money, she lost the person she thought she loved and was going to spend her life with. That's really traumatic and really hard. So I commend her for wanting to help other people from falling for the same scam.
All right, thanks, Christine.
KCAL 9 is now KCAL News.
CBS News Los Angeles, your local news, streaming wherever, whenever.